As a person with a mental health condition at work, I've faced many challenges, and one that I always highlight is stress. I know all of us have gone through stress, but when you come in and you're a member of management and you're trying to hide your stress from your colleagues, from your patients, friends, everyone that you come across on a day-to-day can be very, very difficult. It's also hard to describe to people why you suddenly cry out of the blue, or why you're suddenly angry, or you just don't want to talk to anyone at all. So in that vein, I would hide it all quite often, and at one point it did implode on me, and I found that was probably the most difficult thing I've ever had to face in any work aspect.
I think one of the main challenges that I face as someone who doesn't necessarily look entirely white is the assumptions that people make about you. I get asked probably at least once a week by a patient, where are you from? And you know that they're not looking for Portsmouth, they're looking for where my family's from, essentially. And it gets to the stage where you do kind of preempt it a little bit, because you know, because they've seen you and they've seen your surname on your badge, and you kind of say, oh, you know, I'm originally from Portsmouth, I was born in Portsmouth, but my mum's from Hong Kong.
I came out a really long time ago, so I think the world has changed quite considerably since I came out, in a much, much more positive way. I did face some challenges. I did have some not very nice experiences, but I really, really try not to dwell on those. But just to highlight some of the experiences when I did come out, was a lot of jokes, lesbian jokes. I think I also hid my sexuality in the beginning because I didn't want to be the brunt of those jokes, so not being able to come to work as who you really are or talk about who you really are with.
One of the main challenges that I've faced as a member of the LGBTQ community is open discrimination. I've had people mock me for my voice, I've had people feminise my name, I've had people undermine my confidence. It's really tough to do a good job when you're not allowed to be who you really are.
Many years ago, before my nursing days, I worked at a small bank, 3 men, I was the only female, very young, and they were sexist. They made constantly inappropriate comments to female customers walking in. Made it extremely difficult for me, their unprofessional behaviour towards me, but there was nobody I could really talk to or raise any concerns. There was no processes in place, so it was difficult, which consequently I left.
What I struggled with as a person from the BAME community within the workplace was finding my identity amongst my colleagues, and being relatable, really. But what BeYou has taught me is that it's okay to be different. Not everyone has to think the same or be the same as you, and you can have your own identity without trying to fit in too much, and that's okay.
BeYou, when I think about BeYou, it really, really makes me smile, BeYou
is extremely important to me. As one of the founding members, so when it was instilled back in 2020, I was given a great opportunity to join this diversity group. It allows us to come together across the country and meet people that we've never met. And it's like almost meeting people that we do know for the first time, because you get to know them on a more intimate level. But it creates this safe environment for us to be in, speak to, and get to know each other. It also means that we're not that different at all, because you don't know what goes on behind closed doors, and we can all be going through the same thing and not know. It's also really good to be able to offer this platform to newcomers, because it's like you're included in a family, and that's what I think Optegra is. It's like my family.
I think BeYou to me is celebrating, Optegra celebrating what makes us unique, what makes us special, but also celebrating what's brought us together, what we all have in common. It's that need to care for people, because we work in the caring industry. That brings together people from such a sort of wide, diverse backgrounds, you know, whether you're a Filipino nurse or a gay recruitment manager. but we're also kind of brought together by wanting to be part of something, I suppose. And that's what BeYou feels like. It feels like you're part of something. It feels like we're kind of celebrating the diversity of the people who work for Optegra. And I think that BeYou is, it's fantastic, really. It really is.
For me, BeYou is about celebrating our similarities. It's about helping my colleagues bring the best version of themselves to work.
It's so important for staff, for people to come to work to be themselves. You get the best out of people when they are themselves, when they're happy, when they're joyful, when they can actually talk about their life. And in a hospital setting, when you have your staff, your teams coming to work as themselves, feeling supported, feeling motivated, then you're going to get the best out of them. And then actually, in the end, our patients get the best outcome. So it's really been a win-win with BeYou.
What does BeYou mean to me? It's an opportunity to celebrate individuality, uniqueness. It's a community support for everybody at Optegra, regardless of your age, your health, your race, your gender. So it's also helped me understand so much more about the wonderful people I work with and the diversity we have amongst us. Being a committee member allows me to be a voice and an advocate for those who want to be heard and be celebrated. And being part of BeYou family helps me ensuring that everyone at Optegra matter.